Should I buy work devices for my employees and or contractors?
I've honestly seen it both ways, and I've done it both ways. I buy equipment for my employees, and I'm talking about laptops specifically here, because I want them to have solid equipment that's working well. Because in my opinion, if I'm paying someone by the hour, or I'm paying somebody to do a job, it's either going to take them longer, or they're going to get frustrated and not happy that they're not provided with good equipment to work with. So I always want to provide top of the line equipment to the folks that work with me, and that's kind of my take on it. But I'd like Alan to answer this question.
Yeah, so when we say devices, that brings, in today's world, that's a whole lot of ground to cover. So typically, we see corporations own the PC or laptop that their employees use. And then the devices falls into those tablets and cell phones and that kind of thing. We manage cell phone programs, we manage tablet programs for some of our clients. So typically the reasons, though, that you do that are around security. If you are going to allow your employees to have corporate data on that device, so if you're going to have your corporate email on a cell phone, then really you need to make sure that your employees know that if you come to IT and report that your device has been missing, that IT is going to go and wipe that device clean. Right? We're going to have a managed system called a mobile device management agent loaded on those devices. And if you report it stolen, our job is to protect corporate data. So we're going to wipe that device. And when you find it 3 days later underneath your seat in your car, your employee might not be really happy that all their life, which is on their cell phone, is now gone.
Right.
So it really depends on what access and what data you're going to allow that employee to have on that device. That's a conversation you need to have with your staff and make sure that they understand the ramifications of having that. It's a convenience to the employee and it's a convenience to you if they have their email on their home device, but there's risk involved with that as well. And they've got to agree to allow those remote wipes and report that the device is missing, that kind of thing. Other organizations, it depends upon their compliancy rules. Obviously, if it's a healthcare organization, HIPAA rules are really tightened up nowadays, and so you do not want to have any kind of patient data on a personally owned device. Those should all be organization-owned devices.
Let me ask you a question. What about a contractor versus an employee? Is there a difference there from a device standpoint?
To us, we don't care if this a person is a contractor or if they're an employee. We care if they have what kind of sensitive data is on the device. If you have defense contracts, you're a manufacturer or something like that, you're going to fall under a whole set of compliancy rules that are going to dictate how that's going to roll based on that information that's on those devices. Same thing if you're a government agency, if you're going to fall under NIST provisions, which is a whole nother set of compliancy rules, and they have information in there about how you handle that data on a device.
Well, there's your answer. It comes back to security and how are you protecting the data, how are you protecting your client's data.